So let's have a big welcome for Caroline Lucas, MP.
Well, thank you so much. And it's brilliant that you're here. And it's brilliant that tens of thousands of you are all around this city. It is absolutely unacceptable that you are not allowed to gather together as a demonstration to show the strength of your feeling. You have a right to do that. You should be able to do that and not be kettled for the privilege of doing that. But I want to congratulate you on what you've already achieved, because you have already shown that you will not sit back and allow this government to destroy higher education in this country. You have already shown that you will fight not just for your rights, but for the rights of all young people in this country. And you have shown that there is a growing and powerful movement that is committed to fighting this government's cuts to education, cuts to public services, every step of the way. So thank you for your inspiration. Thank you for doing that. But this government likes to talk a lot about fairness. Well, what is fair about scrapping the EMA? The EMA, which enables young people from some of the poorest backgrounds to have at least the chance of a decent education. How is it fair to treble tuition fees and saddle young people with decades of debt to come? How is it fair to slash 80% of the university teaching budget and to take it away completely from arts and humanities and social sciences? Because the truth is that this is nothing other than the privatization and marketization of higher education and an attack on the aspirations of young people in this country. These so-called reforms are trying to turn our universities into businesses and students into consumers, and that is why we will fight them every step of the way. But I want to tell you that there is a political party which is completely opposed to the privatization of education, which is completely opposed to tuition fees, and that is the Green Party. Because there are alternatives in terms of how we fund education. It may not be very popular to talk about it anymore, but does anybody remember progressive taxation? Does anybody remember proposals like a business education tax, a small tax on the 4% biggest companies in this country, which would raise £3.9 billion and mean that we could scrap all tuition fees forever? And if the government wants more ideas, well, why don't they think about a Robin Hood tax, or tracking down on tax evasion and tax avoidance, or cancelling Trident? You know, if they really can't come up with those ideas, I think we better go in there and sit them down and explain. But friends, we're here because we are absolutely committed to fight against a government that can find billions to bail out the banks and fight illegal wars, but cannot find the money to fund our education. And that's why today doesn't mark the end of a campaign. Today marks the next step in a growing grassroots movement for change. You know, this government likes to say it wants to see a big society. Well, Cameron and Clegg, this is what the big society looks like. This big society is getting more and more powerful, and we will be there every step of the way. Thank you.